Hi guys, it's MTG here, and today I'm going to finally give my comprehensive review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. This year's been a terrific year for phones with the S8 and G6 in the beginning of the year, and the new Pixels and iPhones in the end of the year. All things considered, and after being on the market for about 2 months now, is the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 still the phone to buy? Well, hopefully this video will help you answer that question. This is my Samsung Galaxy Note 8 review after the hype. Smartphones these days are getting better specs than some laptops out there, and Samsung never shied away when it came to giving its flagships the best specifications. I'd like to talk about a few of these right now. The Note 8 is equipped with an impressive 6GB of RAM. This phone is powered by an octa-core mobile processor that is either the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 or Samsung's Exynos 8895, depending on where the phone is purchased. It has dual 12-megapixel cameras that can record video at up to 4K at up to 30 frames per second, and has dual optical image stabilization. It has a fingerprint sensor and an iris scanner. But delving deeper than just the specifications, what do I actually think about the device, and what features have I actually utilized while using the phone for the past 2 months? Right off the bat, you'll notice that the Note 8 is a premium phone by its design. Samsung elected to put Corning's Gorilla Glass 5 on both the front and back of the phone, and the frame of the phone is aluminum. Carrying the phone, you'll notice that the phone does have a good amount of weight to it at 195 grams. Personally, I like the weight. It makes it feel very solid in the hand and makes it seem like it's a premium device and not a toy. The Note 8's most obvious feature is its screen. It has a 6.3-inch Super AMOLED display with a QHD Plus resolution of 2960 by 1440. But the resolution doesn't mean everything, as we've seen with other phones that have been released this year. The quality of the display is extremely important, and in this case, Samsung has created the very best smartphone panel to date. And for anyone out there claiming that the panel on the iPhone X is better, that panel was also made by Samsung, and it's hard to imagine that they created a better display for their main competitor, Apple. The screen is vibrant, crisp, and bright enough to even see in direct sunlight. I should also mention that the screen maintains its clarity and most of its colors at even the widest of angles. With the Note 8 screen, it's one of those things where you really won't look at any other screen the same way after experiencing videos, movies, or even social media content on it. It's that great. To power such a big, high-quality display, Samsung included a decently sized battery of 3300 mAh. In my personal experience, my battery life varies. If it's a normal day, I might end the day with a battery percentage as high as 30 to 40%. But on days where I'm using it for videos, or maybe just had to use it a lot, the battery will get low enough where I feel inclined to charge it. But with this phone, charging is so fast and easy that I would never complain about its battery life. I'll set it on the Samsung fast wireless charger just to prop it up, and while working, it ends up reaching full charge. Also, because the new iPhones have wireless charging, you can expect to see a lot more wireless chargers at public places in the near future. If I have to leave the room for an extended period of time, I know I could just plug it into the wall using its included adaptive fast charging adapter, and in just 15 to 30 minutes of charging, I can add hours of usage to my battery. To me, a necessary feature for all new flagships is water resistance. With such expensive devices, you shouldn't be risking your phone's life if you have to use it in the rain or if you accidentally drop it in some water. The Note 8 has a rating of IP68. The IP68 rating means that the Note 8 will be able to work after being submerged 1.5 meters in water for 30 minutes. It also means that the enclosure of the phone should be able to keep smaller particles out of it. The Note 8 has another trick up its sleeve because unlike other water resistance phones, the Note 8 is still usable when wet because you can navigate the phone's screen with the S Pen. This has helped in times when I've had to use it in the rain or when my hands were wet. Another feature that I deem necessary on new smartphones is expandable storage. Personally, I believe that you shouldn't have to ever get to a point where you're deleting pictures, files, or apps just for the sake of storage. The expandable storage allows for an inexpensive way to instantly increase your storage and even transfer files between devices. And now with the new phones in 2017, it is apparent that the headphone jack is a dying feature. Personally, I could use phones without headphone jacks because I own various Bluetooth headphones, but there's still a level of ease that can't be replicated by Bluetooth headphones. With wired earbuds, you never have to worry about charging them. and you'll always be able to just plug them in and listen to music in seconds. In terms of its camera, I've made many videos comparing it to other great smartphone cameras. In general, it won't disappoint. Colors are natural and lots of details picked up. Its audio is great for a phone, but video stabilization could use some work. Check out my camera comparisons to see a more in-depth look at the Note 8's camera. In terms of everyday usability, Samsung has done a terrific job with this year's iteration of its Android skin. Those days of clunky and laggy Samsung skins are in the past. In many cases, the Note 8 even performs better than the Pixel 2 XL. The UI is very smooth, navigating between apps is really snappy, and the 6GB of RAM allow you to multitask without hiccups. You can have open many apps at a time, and they will be ready to use when you open them again. Also, Samsung has improved their split screen functionality over the years, and now with the Note 8, you can even open 2 apps at a time straight from the app's edge. Check out my 2-part Note 8 hidden features video to see everything that the phone has to offer. On a daily basis, I realize that there are little features that Samsung has included that I greatly appreciate. You can swipe out the app's edge and turn on a flashlight that you can change the intensity of. Or you can force press to go home even if you hit the home button. Or you can use the S Pen and just screenshot portions of the screen that you want to. You can even take a screenshot and utilize scroll capture to automatically scroll and stitch together a longer screenshot. Long story short, if you're sitting there in a scenario where you wished you could do a certain thing with your phone, Samsung has probably already implemented it on the Note 8. It's amazing how feature-packed it is while remaining snappy and responsive. What makes a Note is the fact that it houses an S Pen in the bottom right corner of it. In my other videos, you saw just how much this S Pen can do. It's kind of like having a mouse instead of just a trackpad when using a laptop. Yes, the laptop works just fine without the mouse, but with the mouse, everything is more precise and efficient. It never has to be charged. It is water resistant just like the Note itself, and it adds another way of interacting to your phone. Yes, you can do things such as draw in Snapchat, but you can also do so much more with the S Pen, like translate text, hover over menus, and preview information. Just recently, I had forgotten my tablet in my dorm room and was able to take notes on my phone using OneNote because the Note 8 allows me to do so. The Note 8 has also allowed me to open homework assignments and actually annotate the PDFs, which otherwise would have had to be done on a tablet or another larger device. I admit that I don't use the S Pen on a daily basis, but I use it often enough where I really appreciate the functionality and versatility that it adds to my cell phone. In terms of price, the Note 8 is very expensive at a retail price of $930. But looking at what Samsung gives you, the Note 8 may not be as bad of a deal as you may have thought. Samsung includes a pair of Harman Kardon's AKG headphones in the box, which Samsung claims would be worth $100 otherwise. And I could vouch for that because they are very nice sounding earphones. Samsung also includes a fast charging wall adapter in the box, which can't be said for the new iPhones. The Note 8 also has every feature that you could ask for in a flagship. It has the best display, multiple authentication methods, dual cameras, IP68 water and dust resistance, wireless charging, expandable storage, and a headphone jack. And if all of these features weren't enough, the Note 8 has a built-in productivity tool in the S Pen that adds another level of interaction to your device. With the Note 8, I do have some minor gripes about the phone. I wish that Samsung created a better implementation of its live focus mode on the Note 8. I know the cameras are very high quality, and honestly, I think that they are capable of better portrait-style pictures, but these kind of images just don't come out as good as with the iPhone X or the Pixel 2 XL. Also, its very small, single down-firing speaker is pretty bad, and is very easily covered even when you're trying not to. And as soon as you cover the one speaker, there's no sound because there's nowhere else on the device for sound to come out of. My last gripe is more for others. Personally, I can reach the fingerprint sensor just fine, but that is because my hands are relatively large. For someone with smaller hands, I can easily see how people will have trouble reaching the fingerprint sensor. But honestly, besides those downfalls, I can't really complain about anything else with this phone. 2 months and various phone releases later, I'm continually drawn back to the Note 8 because of its amazing screen and enormous amount of features. It's one of those phones that should stand the test of time, and you should be happy with choosing this device even if you're stuck on a 2-year contract. Yes, if you really value portrait mode pictures, and if you really don't care too much for the S Pen, there may be better choices out there. But if you're someone who values having the newest features on smartphones, values a headphone jack, and appreciates the added productivity that the S Pen brings, I really don't think there's a better choice out there. The Note 8 is a terrific phone and is undoubtedly one of the best phones made to date. If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up. I'm working on a ton of new content right now, so make sure to click the logo down below to subscribe and have the notification bells clicked to stay up to date on my latest videos. Check the descriptions for links to my social media accounts, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.